Swing to the left, swing to the right. But to have fun all day and all night. You know it. Ha. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Game time, nigga. Yeah. What the damn deal giving you feels? New shit coming in while I'm keeping it real. Talk shit every week and I'm giving critiques. You got a question for game time? Come and take a peek. Now I'm here for the debate so we all can relate. We exposing no trolling now, don't be late. Trying to get that motivation in all my conversations. If you got a problem, then keep your frustrations. Have some fun, get ratchet, the humble, the one. Thick boys for the win and we just begun. So tune in now, come and get you some. Shouting out all my people and where you from. Game time on this prime time, popping his guns. Time to get down to business, so don't be dumb. Time to get on my windy shit, about to get lit. What the damn deal, y'all? Come and take a sip. We could make you deliver.
I'll be needing mine to get through because y'all hilarious. I love it. This is exactly what it's supposed to be about. It's just talk your shit. Let it be known. People need to hear this. I have a audio one too that I want to.
Like a
podcast. That's how red my eyes were.
I can't even tell.
I just fixed it.
Yes, wardrobe.
Who changed wardrobe?
It's the wardrobe change for me. Kelsey, where you going? All right, so I wanna.
That's DJ with a new backdrop.
There's actually some really good questions that I hope I can answer because I want to do this for like maybe another 20-30 minutes if that's okay with y'all.
That's fine. Why everybody changing everything?
Right, the whole wardrobe changed. Couldn't give me beach life.
It's continuity for me.
I'm gonna have to run in 10 minutes. You know.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to run in 10 minutes. 8:50. I gotta go.
Okay, so let's continue. Is everybody back? Cochise be making them drinks on drinks. Okay, how about this? We're gonna continue, and then he'll chime back in when he's finished. So,
yeah.
All right. So there is a question that I want to ask you guys, and then we'll try to be very brief because I know you've been getting in depth with these questions. So, Dwayne Savid on Instagram, he asks, is the sex different between a relationship and a one-night stand? So I'm just going to ask one person. Okay, so since Ty was like, absolutely, motherfucker. Let's give me a reason why and what is the difference in your opinion?
There's no emotional connection there. There's no love there. It's meaningless, and not everybody likes it either. Like, you know, there are different types of people. I know me, I'm not the one night stand type of guy, so like there's no value there. Mm-hmm. So it's absolutely not the same because you're using sex or love making as a way to show love for your partner, not to just get one off.
That's true. Yeah, as a relationship, I feel like there's more intimacy, there's more of a connection, like you said. There's so many different things that kind of make that, the passion behind it. You know what I'm saying? Compared to a one night stand where it's just like, okay, I'm trying to get my rocks off and keep it pushing. Some people that I know, they use it as a emotional connection because they aren't capable or willing to be patient to find that significant other to have that. But, in my opinion, it's different strokes for different folks. It just depends on where you are in your life. If you want that emotional connection of being in love and wanting that type of, compatibility, trust me, it's a higher frequency. I definitely agree with that. So, Miss Kelsey, let's see. My friend Duran Walker from Instagram, he has a question. Hey, would you date? Oh, you know Duran? Shout out to Juwan. Would you date a person who has an OnlyFans?
For what? No, I meant like
That's the answer.
an OnlyFans for what? Because you can have
Okay.
OnlyFans for working out, for cooking.
So it has to be really specific.
But do you mean like an OnlyFans for like showing body parts and stuff?
I think so. I guess when it comes to the promiscuous lifestyle on OnlyFans, yeah, would you date a person who has that? And why is that?
'Cause that's mine. You don't need to be showing everyone else. Like, and why do you have it? I don't know. If you're in a relationship, I feel like no one would like that.
Yeah.
I mean, some people might, but not me, honey.
It definitely depends on what you're showing.
It depends.
It definitely depends on what you're showing. Like, if I met you and you were doing shirtless pictures on social media before I met you, and this is how I received it already. Okay. But then if I go on your OnlyFans and you doing everything else under the sun that happens after 11 p.m. at night, because the only thing open around that time is 7-Eleven and Legs,
I can't.
I will definitely
7-Eleven and Legs.
It's nothing else open with that. But I would definitely feel some type of way. And I feel like if you're capable of allowing that to the world to see in a monogamous relationship, for me, I can't do it. A lot of people are accepting of it and understanding of it. But for me,
Wait, but I think that it depends on the circumstances because, like, let's just say if I have a partner and they have OnlyFans and they had OnlyFans before I met them, and what if on their OnlyFans they're just doing solo content? Like, I don't care about people seeing them naked, but as long as they're not cheating, like, it's your body. If you want to show people your body and you've been doing it before you met me, I'm not going to change you. Like, but at the same time, as long as you don't compromise our relationship and you're not cheating, then, like, do you guys consider that cheating if someone is posting?
I don't consider it cheating. I don't think it's about cheating. I think it's about the fact that, like, I don't know. I feel like there should be some form of discretion when it comes to relationship. Something that is like, okay, this is mine and this is yours. Like, especially if you are, quote unquote, a social media influencer, and this is how, even if it's how you make your money. If it's how you make your money before I met you, I can consider it. But it's like, don't do an OnlyFans where you jacking off and doing God knows what the toys, flipping it and reversing it on OnlyFans when
with everyone knowing who you are.
Yeah, it's like, just, I don't know.
Stupid. Yeah, I don't
People
know.
have their different preferences. So I'm not really.
I don't mind as long as they're not doing stuff with other people.
Okay.
And if they're comfortable with it, like if you're owning it, if you're not doing it because you're like, you know, insecure, you're doing it because you're insecure. No, you're doing it because it's who you are. I'm not gonna change you.
Yeah, like, and we don't want people to change who they are, but it's just what are they willing to accept and shit, quote unquote, tolerate. Because I know there, in some cases, there may be some things that we don't like. Well, there may be certain things that we don't like a person doing, but that's all about, you know, getting to know a person and seeing where the compromises lie. But then there's some deal breakers. It's like, I ain't got time for the shit.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do that, then ain't no telling what you're doing outside of that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I would think. I kind of agree with Ty because if that was happening before I got there, then it's my choice to accept it or not. But at the same time, you have to also understand that whether you like it or not, that's going to affect your trust with that person. Because you could say it doesn't bother you, but to some extent, you're going to start thinking other things. That's just like the base for me. Like, I feel like I'm going to be like, are you really sleeping in your bed now? Are you really doing everything you're saying on your OnlyFans account? Like, I'm going to start questioning more things, and it's going to, like, be a trust issue for me.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
it's
And
just
no one's
if you
gonna
want to put up with
say
that.
OnlyFans is my main financial supplier. If it is, then bitch. But if not, get the fuck off. Leave together.
Oh my
You should be
gosh.
happy with the attention you're getting.
Right, always shaking
Sorry.
the table. Shut up.
Right. The violence
Um,
for me.
Leo. Okay, I wanted to ask you one more question because I know that you're a busy man. I wanted to ask you: would you wait for someone to be ready to be in a relationship with you?
No.
Yes or no, and why?
No, because I wouldn't want anyone to wait for me. So people can always say like, oh my God, like, I'd wait for you. I'll wait for you. That's a lie. That is a lie. It never works out. You're sitting here waiting and you get so impatient. Then you're sitting here being like, I'm getting tired of this. And then you're trying to slam your hand on the table saying, I'm over it. But he told you the situation from the beginning that he never wanted that. But you want to, it's just like the side chick situation. You want the situation to change. It don't work like, maybe from a conversation, he can understand how you feel and maybe from there change. But I don't think so. I won't do it. Yes, me. Oh, just wait for me. No, I'm not waiting for you. I'll keep talking to you, but I'm gonna evaluate my other opportunities as well.
Right. That part. I
But that's very vague, though. Not your answer, but the question. Because what are you waiting for? Because
what are you waiting for?
It's like you never know. Like, what if it's like I'm leaving for the military or I'm going away for school and I just want you to wait for me because I want to start life with you.
That's different.
Later.
That's different.
Like,
no, I'm referring to the one that's like, I'm not emotionally available because I just got out of a relationship. Well, then how about you keep that over there and I'll be over here?
Right. Yeah. Going to the military, I mean, you going to war, you saving the country.
Wait, but even that, like, how well do you know this person? Like, how well do you know this person too? Because what if you already have something established already that's kind of like a friendship, kind of, sort of, and you know that you guys have great chemistry and you know that they just got out of a really bad situation and they're emotionally there. They're doing you a favor by saying, I'm not ready for this now, but maybe later. I'm not saying to wait for them forever, but if somebody asks you that, they're saying that they might possibly want it.
I don't
just don't wait forever. Like, you'll know if it's bullshit, but I don't want to say all the way around everybody, like, just don't wait for somebody, because you never know. Everyone's situation is different.
Don't. Let me take another drink before I say this.
Like, in that situation, Ty, like, it's not really waiting for them. It's just kind of like y'all taking y'all's space. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna wait for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And when you wait and you can't do nothing, is that like a rule or
Cochise?
Well, that's a decision that you have to kind of make on your own. Like, if you decide that you want to be committed to that one person and not fuck around or even date or talk to somebody, if you're willing to just wait for one man or one woman to come around whenever the case may be.
What if you don't find somebody like them? What if you don't find somebody else like them?
If you don't find somebody else like them,
but nobody is this one.
No. If you don't find somebody else like them, yet you're still waiting and nothing is changing, you're telling me that you're willing to wait 5 years?
Hell no. I said not too long, but I didn't say don't wait at all. I'm waiting 5 damn years.
Of time. Not too long. It's discretionary to the person that's saying it. Not too long. They don't know.
You can feel that, though. You feel when it's too long. Okay? You can feel when, what the hell am I still doing here?
You can feel
when it's too long. But if you want to wait, and you doing yourself a disservice by doing what you don't want to do, you're just torturing yourself. Be real about it. And then when you don't feel like waiting no more, be gone.
I feel like sometimes
do what I want to do.
Say that you decide to actually do that. You decide to be patient. You decide to wait it out. You have to find a way to have that reassurance that that person is still wanting to pursue you, but he's still figuring things out on his own.
You could just take responsibility for the fact that they might not want your ass after you waited all that long.
Right, but
you have to be like,
you have to reflect things on yourself, though. That's where you have to come into play and be like, okay, am I really going to wait for this motherfucker? Nothing has changed, and I'm basically a waiting duck pursuing somebody who is not actually 100% pursuing me, and then you never know what they're doing, so they may be pursuing somebody else. So it's so many different scenarios that can come into play when it comes to this question. Overall, I feel like if you decide to do that, you cannot be upset of the outcome if it doesn't go your way.
Nope.
Very true.
And if it does happen,
Also,
it goes in your favor, by all means, by the grace of God, hallelujah, praise Jesus. But a year down the line, 2 years down the line, where you're being patient and patient and patient, and it comes around where you're not getting the answer that you want, he's like, I think we should just be friends, or we should continue doing what we've been doing. You cannot be upset about that. The only person you can be upset with is yourself. And then that's when you have to make a decision to be like, okay, well, this is not for me anymore. We had fun. We got to keep it pushing. We got to go our separate ways. Because in my opinion, sometimes you're waiting for nothing. And you have these high hopes in the universe and the Lord gonna make it work. No. Sometimes you need to be very realistic and realize you're waiting for nothing. So you have to make those choices as an adult to be like, okay, I ain't got time for this shit no more. I need to move forward because there is somebody else out there who is not going to have me wait and is willing to pursue me and want me as much as I want them.
Or going to come into the situation whole and ready for a relationship and not have all these issues.
Thank you.
go
say that
off,
shit.
sis.
Better fucking say it because that's the truth.
Not the fashion
Okay.
show. We got the fancy fashion show down. Yeah.
That's the fucking truth because I know so many people just like, oh, but I love him and this and that and the third and oh, the sex is good and it's just like, but you talk about you in a relationship, but he's treating you the same way that he's been treating you, and you're allowing that shit to happen, but yet you want to pursue something more. No, it's not gonna work unless you have that communication. You're gonna be the same motherfucker laying on your back, doing the same shit, talking about, oh yeah, well he said that he needs time. 2 years later, you doing the same shit, lay on your motherfucking back. Oh, he still need more time. No. He probably trying to make a connection with somebody else while you doing the same shit. No. I would say either cut your losses or start openly dating and seeing what else is out there.
Or work on yourself because you're obviously not ready if you're going to continue being with that person. No.
That too. Okay. Yep.
I think sometimes they be lying about where they want to be. Sometimes I think they like to be like,
Guys, so much. I miss y'all. Talk to y'all soon.
later.
Love you, Leo. Thank you so much for coming.
No,
Leo has to go to work, y'all.
But sometimes I really do think that some people be lying about what they really want, like, or where they want to be. Like, they just act like they want one thing because of society saying that's what they want. But in real life, they don't mind being a side piece. They don't mind being a person that's just there waiting. They don't mind because it's too good. They just want to keep fucking who they fucking. And
Yeah.
but they act like they mad that they are not in other places because of society saying you should be the main person. Like we said earlier, they could be like, I'm happy being this motherfucking side because things are great over here. You know what I'm saying?
The nigga ain't great, the dick is great. And that's the only reason why your ass staying.
Yeah, cheers.
Yes.
Whatever you got.
That's the only reason why you decide to stay, because you ain't staying for the sensitivity and the understanding or the mental, what is it called? The chemistry. You staying for the dick. You staying for the sexual part of it.
And that might be true.
Then
And
don't
that's
ask
the
for a
other-
relationship.
I think they don't want it either. They're happy where they are. That's why they stay. Some people like the toxic. They do. I'm convinced. As much advice I've given some of my friends, I'm convinced some of these motherfuckers like some toxicity in their life. Especially when they hop from one toxic situation to the next toxic situation. I'm like, if you don't want that same thing, why are you going to that same person doing the same shit?
It's not
You
that
know
they
what I mean?
like it.
Very true. They
It's
do.
true.
They don't want to change it.
Yeah,
No,
they don't want to change. They're not used to it though. They're not used to change because they've been dealing with the same shit for so long. They don't know. They don't know what.
Hello.
They don't know what feeling love or somebody loving them feel like.
Right.
So they like, oh yeah, let me deal with this fuck nigga who dick me down and give me some money every single week, but don't love me. They get used to that shit because they don't know their worth. And like Kelsey said, work on yourself. Work on yourself and start to love yourself more and start to know your worth. So that way, the next person that comes into your life be like, okay, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. And this is what I expect, but this is the only thing that I'm receiving from the next person that I'm going to bring into my life. You know what I'm saying? Having sex or just having that type of connection is so common, and people are so used to it. Everybody always directs everything to sex. Like, shit, do you even know my last name? Do you know my middle name? Do you know where I'm from? Do you know my favorite color? Do you know what I really want to do in my life? Like, these are conversations and things that people don't have with these people, yet they talk about they love them, or want to be with them, or want to be in a relationship with them. Yet you don't even know who the fuck you laying down next to.
But most of these situations, do you feel like they happen more when you're younger? Because at this age, I feel like we all can agree that
no, they're still old motherfuckers, nasty motherfuckers at the club doing the same thing they've been doing.
Yeah, it's not about age, because there's a lot of older motherfuckers doing the same shit that these youngers is doing.
Nasty.
Y'all got it.
It's just, it's about what you want. It's honestly about what you want and what you will tolerate.
Okay,
I can't with you.
Because we ain't got time to tolerate shit in 2021. We dealing with a fucking pandemic, and you gonna fuck with my heart.
I didn't have time when you used the time last time. I didn't have the time.
That's the new question that everyone's gonna ask now in 2021. Talking about, have you been vaccinated? Have you been tested? Do you have the cocoa?
Not the first
We're
week.
not doing that. We're not doing that.
Hey, how you doing? Have you been vaccinated? Okay, what's your name? What?
In a different way.
No.
It'll come up somehow.
I am the type to pull up, ask somebody for their vaccination card though on the day. I am the type. I know I'm the type.
Yes. This is my card.
Okay? I've been in the house for a year. You better.
Ty, you definitely you really been in the house for a year. You don't go nowhere but to grab the mail, child.
For a year.
All right, so it's a follow-up question. Follow-up question that I want to ask. So my boy Sag for Life on Instagram, he asks, why do most individuals skip the friendship part and jump right into a relationship?
Ding, ding, ding. I'd like to know. Can y'all give me the answer, please?
Can y'all give me the answer? Kelsey, you want to start?
Read one more time. Let the light
One more time.
It was so
right. She's in a zen right now.
Okay. I need this answer.
Why do most individuals skip the friendship part and jump right into a relationship?
Someone please tell me. I don't know.
Tell me.
Yes.
the green behind and everything.
So, let's say you have two people, right? They're just chilling, or they just want a relationship. They're like, oh my gosh, I need a man, blah, blah, blah. And they meet someone, they're like, I like
Where are we going with this? Where is this going?
What is happening? What?
I wanted to know. I was waiting to figure it out. I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna make me forget what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
Oh
I want to know.
Okay. They're like, I like this person. And if you're wanting just, what you see on Instagram, the cuteness and blah, 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 you're going to jump straight into it because you don't really want that person. You want the idea of that person, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're wanting that idea, you want to be cute, you want to be whatever, you're going to get that, but it's not going to work out in the long run because you don't even know that person. When you're getting into a relationship or you're getting ready to get in a relationship, you need to know what you want. You need to see if that person has to offer what you want out of the relationship. Right. And if you're on the same wavelength with that person, you should be able to communicate effectively, get to know them instead the real them, not the them that you want to see.
Yes.
You need to get to know the real them. You need to, in my opinion, you need to be with the person. I wouldn't say like before you're in a relationship, but I would say before you're like getting in the marriage area. You need to see that person when they go through something. You need to see them when you go through something. You need to see them in their high state, in their low state. See how they treat you in all of those different seasons of their life, because people act different and they change up. They might be the sweetest person when you meet them because everything in their life is good, but the minute that something happens, they shut down and they want you out. Like they don't want you in their space, and they become a different person. So it's just like getting to know the real person that you're going to be with, and not just the idea of that person, which is why people go into relationships, because they like the idea. And they're like, oh my God, he's so cute, I want to take his Instagram picture. No.
Baby.
That's why y'all should be friends for a long time, like I did for a year before we said this is our date.
And when you're friends with someone, you can know like the real them. Like, let's say you're not even talking on that level yet. Like, they don't really want that out of you. So it's like you can really get to know them when you're their friend instead of like trying to get with them when you first meet them.
Kelsey, everything that you just said, baby.
Oh.
Let me just tell you.
Okay. You better pour.
You took every single word.
It's gone.
Okay.
It's like
Every single drip.
You took every single word out of my fucking mouth. You talked about the 4 seasons, getting to know a person in their highest, their lowest, getting to know the real them. And that's where, and not even a relationship, but that's where a true friendship starts to come into play.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, even people who start to befriend people, don't even know what they're getting themselves into and be like, oh yeah, this is my bestie, this is my bro, this is my sis. It's like, is that really the case? You know, we befriend people that we love and we adore, but it's like, are you willing to actually get to know a person in their highest, their lowest standpoint, and actually be there for them as much as you want somebody to be there for you?
And be there for them without throwing it back in their face.
Thank you.
Yes, high school days when they all be, that's my bestie, and then next week you see them with the Vaseline and sweatpants, like, I'm gonna fuck. Like, ooh, girl, flashback. You don't know about that. Yeah,
listen, my thing is, if you're gonna say something to me and throw it back in my face, then it's not being a friend. Of course, I will always keep it in the back of my mind and in my heart to be like, yeah, this motherfucker looked out for me. I appreciate them so much, and I will never forget what you've done for me. But for it to be thrown back in my face is just like, okay, was it genuine? Did you do it out of the kindness of your heart? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I don't throw nothing back in people's faces. It's like, I know for a fact you looked out for me, and if you ever need anything, or if you need to talk or vent or just need some advice, I will do the same thing for you. But I will never throw anything back in your face.
Except in Hollywood.
Oh, you did this.
Except in Hollywood.
Not in my Hollywood.
To be honest, there's some fake motherfuckers out here that will use people and be they use people and they befriend them for certain shit, okay? And then when they get what they need, they kick them to the damn curb. So sometimes you do need to remind somebody what the hell you did for them, because they didn't have shit when you did it for them.
You right.
And then they kick you, they put you down like you ain't nothing after everything you did for them. No, you need to remind them what they did.
Even when
so
you
they can
bring them into your home.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Cochise, that's enough.
We're going to the next question.
In that situation, yes. I'm talking about you were in
relationship.
They helped you out, and they're like, well, I helped you when you were down.
Well, I was triggered. 2 seconds. Okay.
As far as relationships, right. As far as friendships, that's a completely different conversation. We're gonna focus on the relationship, and then hopefully viewers that you have gotten an answer from this question. We're gonna move forward. The wine and the drinks and things are kicking in. So we are definitely We're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it pushing. I'm only gonna ask about 2 or 3 more questions, but before we there's also a question that I want to ask, and I want to find it. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry.
No
There's
problem.
there's a scenario. We haven't done a scenario yet on the episode, so I want you guys to actually listen in to the scenario. Let me know if you hear it, and then we will definitely discuss it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is from my girl Dose Diamond from Instagram. Now she had a story. Hopefully you guys can hear it. I'm going to play it for you guys now. Well, make sure the volume is up, baby love.
Long story short,
All right, let me start over. Here we go.
Okay, so I went to the studio with my friend. These dudes was like some, I guess, trying to be rapper producers or whatever. They're like hella older or whatever, but I rocked with it. Long story short, I ended up getting it in with one of the guys who was supposed to be the producers, or he was Puff Daddy or whatever. His wife ends up calling me like the next week or so because she saw text messages of him saying how he wanted to cook for me and all of this stuff or whatever. He wanted to take me out. So she's like, well, if you was a real woman, you would call me back. Because at first she was calling me as acting like she was him. Then I guess because I wasn't responding, she was like, if you was a real woman, you would call me back. So I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, okay, you know, she wanted to test my gangster, so let's go. So I called her back or whatever. She told me she was his wife and that they have a daughter and that she saw the text messages and she wanted to know what was going on. And I played it cool just to, you know, spare her feelings like, oh, you know, I meet a lot of guys when I go out to the club with my friends. I don't know. And so she kept like hounding me like all day. Like when he said that you gave him head and this and this and that. And I was like, look, if you want to believe what your husband say, fine. But, you know, leave me the hell out of it. So she was like, well, you're not telling me what I want to hear. So I guess I'm going to have to pay you a visit. And she said that, oh, well, I let the floodgates open. I told her each position her husband had me in, where he had his tongue and all of that. And she told me she was going to pull up on me. And I told her she got to bring her ass to get my ass, and I won't be alone, because where I'm from, we don't play that shit. I'm from Watts, and we don't play that shit. But she never showed up, and I've never heard from him again. So that's my little one night stand story.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Oh my God. It was she wanted to test my gangster.
Listen, that's what sold me. That's what sold me. I was like, right on my motherfucking alley.
Wait. So she slept with somebody's husband.
She didn't know.
She didn't know that it was he was married.
I understand. But that's somebody's husband. She didn't know. I know she didn't know.
Is the one that needs to be getting the heat.
Absolutely.
By both of them.
And
By both of them.
Absolutely. So why are you going back and forth with the wife?
right.
What the hell is that? What the hell, the wife?
But she said that though. She said that she was like, you need to check your husband because I have nothing to do with it. I didn't even know that he was married. And so what she said was she continued to text me talking shit. And so I had to let her know what was up. You got the wrong person. You want to take it there? I could take it there with you. This what he did.
She said the first time when she said, if you was a real woman, you would what? Call or something? Or have a conversation?
Yeah, the wife was like, if you was a real woman, you would call me and this and that and third or some bullshit.
Yeah. So my thing is, I agree.
She pretended to be him at one point, she said, right?
When she first called her or when she first messaged her, yeah.
I think
my thing is
that she is in his phone And if she don't trust him, she shouldn't be with him in the first place to have to go through all that. He's a dog already. You should have been left him. If he's over here, someone that you gotta pretend to be him, no.
I think
Goodbye.
she could have had the wife's back a little more in that situation. If you slept with her husband by mistake and he's dogging her and you're the person he done slept with, like you could at least like, at that point you are involved. Like you are involved. So at least be like, if you're being genuine about not wanting to fuck up somebody's marriage or not trying to disrespect her in her relationship, you could at least like have a conversation so that there's clarity. So maybe that can help her get out of her bad situation. Especially since you were dogged too by this dude.
True. But you gotta realize
did she ever say that the wife and her, like, she got like an okay, like they got an understanding between each other or no?
As far as the wife and the person that had the story? No. So basically what she was saying was the wife reached out to her through text messages and then phone calls, and her approach was not friendly. And I mean, I get it. Your husband is stepping out on you, so instead of checking him, which is my problem, you start to check the other girl. That's the issue. And so instead of even, honestly, regardless of her sleeping with the husband, it ain't got nothing to do with her because she didn't know that he was married. If she knew that he was married, the scenario would have never happened. But what she was saying was, check your husband. Talk to your husband about the situation. I do not want to be involved. You trying to put me into some mess that I don't even want to be involved in when all I was trying to do was have a good time and keep life going. And she decided to pursue it in another way to be like, oh, if you a woman this and oh, if you a woman that. No. When you want to start to get grimy and dirty, I can get grimy and dirty too because I've already given you one chance to let you know.
I would like to know if they're really married because you know how these mamas be. I mean, from what I've seen,
it's not TV. Even that. It's not even if they're not married. At the end of the day, it's still another woman involved in saying that you're in a relationship or you have a commitment with somebody else. And it goes back to the conversation I got a baby daddy,
all this, but y'all haven't even talked for months, years. He just got to.
No, but see, y'all overthinking.
Because y'all
overthinking it. Focus on the scenario.
She might be somewhere else. Overprotected
right,
of someone focus she's not with anymore, but that's...
Focus on the scenario. Yeah, you
bring it back. You got
a flashback.
Another place.
Right. Focus on the scenario. The scenario is basically she hooked up with somebody. It was supposed to be a hookup and that's it. Somebody contacted her in regards to her husband that she did not know about. The wife got reckless after telling her, I don't want nothing to do with it. Check your husband. Don't try to check me as an adult. The wife, whoever the hell she is, decided to still pursue keeping in contact with this chick. And that's where she was like, okay, you want to take it there after I told you to check your husband? Okay, I can take it there with you because you got me fucked up. And that's where everything else transpired.
And I agree with the chick. I agree with the chick. The wife needs to show me this and make sure that it's still like not even that. Like just
I don't even know. Like, you ain't gotta show me proof of nothing. I don't want nothing to do with it. Keep that shit pushing.
The wife is doing too much. Girl, get your man. Like y'all said,
the wife
get
is
your man.
Doing too much, but I think she should at least still like have her back in some sort of way, because they both were played, and she has more at stake. Like I just would do that, but you don't have to do that.
You don't have
any explanation.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But I would do that because I would feel guilty.
And it sucks because sometimes people are so in love with someone that it's like, it was probably hard for her to like. She's probably not the type that's like, I just want to leave him. Like, oh fuck him. Like, I'll find somebody else. Like, she's probably in love with this guy, the wife. You know that like she'll go up and through mountains to kill and be like, that's my man. You know,
ain't got nothing to do with her.
For me, it's like, it doesn't. But I'm just saying that it sucks on the guy's part that it's like, I don't know what it is, why he's doing what he's doing, but while being with this girl, he had a baby with her. He must have felt some sort of emotion with her at a certain point.
You said baby?
They have a daughter.
Oh yeah, they did. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. You sure?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's not. Wait, hold
No,
on.
I
But
completely, I forgot that. My bad.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, at some sort of point, he must have felt an emotional attachment to her, but who knows how deep her attachment was to him. So he can be cheating, doing all this stuff, and she's still fighting. Like, this is my man, you know. So I feel bad for her more than anything, because it's like, you cheating on me, but like, I love you. Like, I'll give you the word. I would be the housewife. I would be the working wife. I'll be anything you. Why the fuck are you doing this? Like, what is it? Tell me, why is it that you don't want to be?
That goes
She
into
doesn't
checking the
know.
husband. That goes
She
into
doesn't
checking the
really know
husband.
why he wants to do that.
Check the husband. Goes into checking the
I wish
husband. I'm
Leo
telling
was
you.
here for this one.
Kelsey, okay, so Kelsey, before we move forward, because I know we're running out of time, what is your perspective as a woman? How do you feel
Yes.
the scenario was handled? Is it something that you would have done the same way? Do you think that you said what?
I would not be in this situation, so I can tell you.
Period.
Okay, well, let's say I was in a situation. So I was with the guy.
Let's say that was your sister. Your sister was
She can do it herself.
Yeah, let her do it.
Cochise, she can do it.
Let her do it.
I'm sure.
Okay, he was trying to make it relatable, because this is, let's say that I was with a guy and I didn't know he was married, and he's married, and his wife messaged me.
Really try to put yourself in her shoes. Not the wife, but the person who gave the scenario.
Yeah. First of all, I'll be like, okay, the guy's trash, first of all. Second, I would be like, okay, what do you want? Like, I would tell her anything she wanted to know.
Huh?
That's the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And that's that.
I just don't have time for much more, honey, because I don't fight people.
That's exactly.
And that's not
Exactly.
even fight anyone.
I'm fighting you.
Exactly.
Right.
Like,
I'm especially not
come
about to
on.
fight no woman over no man.
My vagina and keep it pushing.
Yeah, I would not fight anybody over no man who
And
ain't shit.
it gets serious when they talk about, like, I have a kid with that. Like, when you add a kid in the situation, it changes a lot. For me, it changes a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
But
it's
everybody
like,
is not like that though.
And I would be like,
And-
oh my gosh, yes, like, I'll tell you everything. This is what happened. And,
exactly.
yeah.
Yep. Like,
Same
this
thing
is
to
what
me.
it is.
Kid or no kid, it's still trifling to me.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
trifling.
it's still hella trifling. It's no excuse in my eyes.
I feel like when the kid is involved, it just makes it so much more, like, responsible, in the sense that he really doesn't care, or we don't know the truth between him and this woman that's claiming I'm the wife. Like,
which goes back to it ain't got shit to do with me. Check
exactly.
your man. Don't try to check me, because I don't want nothing to do with it. If I was sincere and understanding, yeah, I would apologize and be like, hey, I apologize that you got caught up in a situation that I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know that the man was married. My bad. Even though I don't have to say that, yeah, I could probably say that to be understanding and sincere. But to dead it, yeah, like playing just devil advocate, I will just dead the shit. Oh shit, a random person texts me, I don't know who the fuck is it talking about her man, da-da-da-da-da. No, don't check me, check your man. I ain't got time for it. I got shit to do. I don't want nothing to do with it. Then you try to threaten me, talking about if you was a real woman, oh, boom. No, I ain't got time for that shit. Because now
that's some empire shit. Taraji is not
I'm
on
from
the
the hood,
cast
so
today.
it's just like
No.
if you really want to shoot the fair ones, you can shoot the fair ones. That's why I relate to this so much, just off a scenario, not as a woman, but as the scenario. She basically saying she ain't got time for the bullshit. Keep the shit away from me. But if you start talking shit, I'm gonna let you know I ain't the one.
And I agree. Like, fuck that. If you show up to my house, I'm gonna shoot the fit. I'm gonna shoot the
Why?
I'm gonna
Why?
shoot.
triggers.
I'm gonna literally clock.
Why?
The
I'm gonna
viewers.
shoot it.
The
I'm not
viewers.
shooting
Please,
anyone.
You showing
not
up to my
symbols.
place. Like,
Okay,
I'm not shooting anyone. Okay.
I'm shooting everyone if you
Oh my
showing
God.
up
Okay,
to me.
wait a minute.
Like, all right.
Go on mute.
Because,
Go on
listen,
mute.
I'm dead
Mute
at that.
it. Go-
But if you
go-
showing up to me,
Go
it's this.
on
It-
mute.
You gonna see it.
He's
Go
from the
on
Bronx.
mute.
He's from the Bronx.
Because listen, I'm gonna have to bring this shit back to Clubhouse and start muting motherfuckers. Listen.
You know, you call when you need someone calm and when you need someone pop that.
Right.
Listen,
You
if
know who
any
to
one of
call.
you three came to me and said this situation about y'all the other one and didn't know, I'm gonna be in front of y'all house. Like,
Okay.
Oh my
Next
God.
question.
please.
We have 2 more questions for the night,
my
and
God.
the drink, yeah, the glass is empty, so
Yeah.
it's time.
It shows the truth.
He's
It shows the
from
truth.
Bronx.
All right, so I want to pick 2 questions for everybody to answer, and then we are going to call it a night. We couldn't get through all of the questions tonight because there were so many, and the topics really got in depth. But I really do hope that everybody who has been watching this episode has gotten some type of insight, some type of advice, some type of information to move forward with relationships, how to pursue relationships, friendships, fuck buddies, situationships, whatever the case may be. Hopefully you've taken something from this episode. But I do want to go and close off with 2 important ones that are kind of, I feel like very important. And they're also relatable to the people on the panel.
Let's go.
My girl Ty Collins on Instagram. She says, "Why are curves such a secret? If you like it, then keep it 100. This in the dark shit is for the birds." Now she's basically saying, as far as like plus size men, plus size women, there's such a facade. People are always saying that they're attracted to plus size men and plus size women behind closed doors, but when are you going to be capable of accepting me with open arms in the outside world? So I wanted to kind of get your input on this. So let's start with Kelsey.
So what's the question exactly towards me?
As far as how do you have a reason, not a reason, but can you think of something as to why a man would think that, or why is it such an issue? And
Why they would not express that they like curves?
not like curves, but basically, as a plus size man, for example, I know that there are men that are attracted to me, but there are most men that they won't walk down the street with me and hold my hand. You see what I mean? And so I'm not saying that you can relate to it, but you may know somebody who could relate to this, and maybe you can give them some insight as to why they may feel this way, or why are people like this in general? Why are people so closed off when it comes to being in the forefront of what you like, what you don't like in general? So
I
Yeah,
have
so
an answer.
that applies to anyone, I feel like, that is afraid to be themselves, express themselves. There's a lot of people that like that. And I have a friend, I don't know how to explain this, but okay, no, I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna say it wrong. But basically what I'm trying to say, there's a lot of down low people that are ashamed of like being with the people that they're interested in. And it's mainly because either or just like homophobic people. I feel like if you're overly homophobic, you have a deep down problem with yourself that you probably are gay yourself. Because if you're overly homophobic, like I feel like people that are just okay with themselves, they're not going to be like overly have hatred towards anyone. So I don't really know how to explain it but Ty.
I think it goes back to society's standards of beauty, which is like dumb. People more so care about what other people think than what they think within themselves. Like if you're happy with who you're with, you're attracted to who you're attracted to, be attracted to them. If you like curves, you like curves. Don't be ashamed of what you like just based upon other people's opinions. And a lot of the opinions that are created and pushed on people society-wise is just based off of the insecurities of somebody who created that. So
Yeah.
Yes. I can agree.
Yeah.
Cochise, did you? Ooh.
Nope, I didn't answer yet. So
Did
what
you hear the
I
question?
feel, yeah, I heard it. She was in the ear.
Oh, perfect.
But I do agree with Ty said about it, and I feel like it sucks because people put such a perspective and a vision on what it is to pretty much be beautiful. Straight teeth, perfect body, muscles, light skinned, like all these things that you see on the media, whether it's TV, your phone, a newspaper, anything that's out there, it's always portrayed as this is the perfect look, this is the perfect, be a Marilyn Monroe, like that whole image of just whiteness, like there's so many things that go into it, but people do like other things and they feel like, I like this, but I can't show it because this isn't what everyone knows to be beautiful. Like that's bullshit. Like you can like whatever it is you want, and once it is felt in a I'm trying to find the word. Once you can do it in a way that you know that that's truthful to yourself and it's not because you're trying to please everyone of what the social world puts out there, then it's like I'm comfortable with it, and it's only the strong ones that can do that, because a lot of people still to this day believe in that, and it's sad, but it's like that's what society has put as the forefront. This is what it is, this is what it should be, this is the perfect image of something, someone, whatever it is you see. And it's not just with dating people, it's with what you see in movies, what you see portrayed as different characters. Like like why is the black woman always suffering and being the one that's in depression? Then you see something with a white woman and she's the rich, successful one with a whole bunch of hoe friends, and they're all white too. The black one is the ghetto one though. She always loud, and like it's what we see that's put out there in front of us all the time, that I can't lie, Hollywood made for us to see. And we, Hollywood to us might seem like just movies and music, but it's like it's something how to control people and how to make them see things.
Yeah, it's a stereotype of what people expect is beautiful.
Exactly.
What people expect as perfection and how you should look and how you should act and how you should be.
And I feel like now society feels like it's a new thing or it's a trend to make everyone else now look beautiful and feel beautiful. Everyone else. But before, it's the perfect teeth, the perfect white skin tone, the perfect straightened hair, the perfect everything else that isn't what pretty much made everything that they're doing now.
Yeah. I agree with all of you guys. I really, really do. And this question is a trigger for me to a sense because I'm a plus size man. But I'm not gonna get too deep into it. But I will say this because Cochise did mention it, as far as like it being a trend. I hate that fucking word so much because no, I'm just saying I hate that word so much because it's the word trend is like we're only here temporarily. We're only going to show you love temporarily. But trust me, you will go back into the closet or you will not be supported or loved after a certain amount of time. And it's not the case. You know what I mean? Every woman is beautiful in my eyes. No matter how you look, no matter what shade you are, no matter how curvy you are, no matter how, anything. You know what I'm saying? I try to show love to everybody because at the end of the day, there is somebody out there, you may not know, but there's somebody out there that is going to love you for who you are. But what we allow ourselves is we compare ourselves to everybody in the fucking world, especially social media, to be like them rather than loving ourselves and who we are. That is the problem, and especially with women. I get so many messages from different women talking about, I appreciate you so much because you love yourself and who you are as a person, and you're starting to allow me to build my confidence up as a woman and loving myself as a woman just because I have curves, just because I gain weight, just because I look like this, just because I look like that. And that is inspiring to me because it's just like, that is the reason why I do what I do. That's why I created this platform, for people to be honest with themselves, but also be a forefront or just an inspiration to other people out there. Because everything that y'all been saying during this entire episode is inspiring. We've all learned something from each other, but other people are going to learn something as well. But going back to the whole curve situation, I just want to basically say, a person who does not love you does not love you enough to be able to flaunt you the way you deserve is not for you. That is period. Whether you have curves or not, whether you have melanin skin or the perfect teeth or not, whether you make $1 million or whether you make $100 a week or not, there is always going to be somebody that is going to love you for who you are. And at the end of the day, if a person is going to hold you back and lessen your worth based off of how you look, they only want you because you're an aphrodisiac, probably because you're a fetish. It's a temporary fix for them, and if they're not going to pursue it after they get their satisfaction, they're going to move on to the next thing.
You that slide like we talked about earlier.
Just like it bothers me is because there's so many people like that in the world that feel this way, but they don't be knowing their worth. And I'm just like, well, damn, like, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're a sweetheart, you work your ass off. You may have extra rolls on your side, because listen, I got a motherfucking belly, but I bet you I could pick up anybody who I motherfucking want if I wanted to. And it's just all about how you hold yourself. You hold yourself to a standard, and you keep your confidence on your fucking shoulders. And this goes for anybody. And so it's just like, I hope that, with this message and everything that you guys said, or we all said, that people understand, like, it's not about who you look, it's about the confidence part of it. Love yourself first, and trust me, the person who was going to love you twice as much is going to come around when the time is right. So,
I have a question. Yeah. Why do you feel, and amen to that, amen to everything you just said, literally, and all of y'all. Listen, I'm for it. But why do y'all think that is? Because I said my part on it, but do y'all feel this, like, why do y'all feel that is why people do that? Like, it's hard to flaunt, it's hard to show and pretty much present what it is that you have that you feel isn't right for everyone else.
People are insecure and they care about what others think.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. Like if I think something is cool, but like if I'm in first grade and I think some show is cool, but none of my friends at school think it's cool, I'm going to be ashamed to say that it's cool because you just want to fit in with the rest of the group. So you could like somebody for whatever reason, and if society says that that's not the way you should think, depending on how secure you are with yourself, that's what makes you make what decision you make.
Yeah, it's all about that peer pressure. That peer pressure, that self-esteem. I love the example that you mentioned in first grade, because we may not realize it, but it's shit that we've dealt with our entire lives, from first grade to junior high to high school. We, regardless of what anybody says, we always want to try to fit in the best way we know how. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we start to conform to certain things that we may not be used to. And even though we may have family members or friends to be like, don't change for them just because you want fit in or have friends. Like, people start to tell us those things, but it's just like, okay, I'm not really hearing what you're saying. Exactly. I just want to fit in, and I just want to get through and be involved and be in the it crowd. But as we get older and we get more mature, we start to realize, why do we do those things? Why are we trying to fit into a crowd of people who don't accept me for who I am wholly? You know what I'm saying? And so that's when we start to build who we are individually, and we become and learn about ourselves, and we start to change, and we embrace who we are. It takes time. And it goes back to the whole trendy thing. Like, people think it's a trend. It's not a trend because it's been here for years. Y'all just haven't paid attention to it because y'all looking at Playboy, or y'all looking at people showing their abs and this and that and the third. There's people out here that love curves. Baby, if I had a nickel. If I had a motherfucker.
We all had a nickel.
But
I agree.
It's
even something it's smaller, you know, not smaller, but it's, for me, it affected me growing up, you know. But oh yes, Kelsey, for the app. I'm sorry. I'm like, yes, for the look. For me growing up, like a big thing that did trigger me was my name. You know, like, my name is Cochise, and when the teacher said it, you know, they would say it right, but I will always be called Coochie, Coochie Quiznos, all these things. My name is Cochise Iones Jr. and they can never say it, so I'll be like, oh, what's your name? Oh, it's CJ, because I'm a junior. My dad has the same name as well, so I'll just always say CJ. But at a certain point, I was like, my name is Cochise, and they're like, oh, can I call you or cuckoo, or, you know, different things or whatever. And it's like, it used to affect the fuck out of me. I would go home and cry about it just because of my name. And I'm like, this is who I am. Like, why are you calling my name the thing I was named, and you're making fun? You know, like, it was a lot for me. But as I got older, it's like, that's fine. Like, I know what I do in my life. Like, call me Coochie, call me what you want. I know my name is Cochise, because the ones that are giving me that check, they know it's Cochise. You know, like, it's a maturity thing with it. Like, I had to get out of that mindset of thinking what other people thought. I'm like, Cochise. I can go anywhere and say CJ to this day, but Cochise. You know what I mean? So
you're right. Yes. Okay. So I know we're running out of time. We have about, I want to say, maybe 5 more minutes. So I want to make this last question quick. Like I said, once again, I appreciate y'all so much for stopping by and just giving us some gems that I really do. It means a lot that you guys came onto this platform and just showing your love and your support. It means, I done hit my fucking wrist. Sorry. It hurt. I appreciate y'all so much. But last question closing out, and I feel like it's a good way to end this episode, is, this is another anonymous tip, but what is your definition of a healthy relationship? So let's start with Ty.
My definition of a healthy relationship is pretty much a relationship that coincides with your life. Something that has good communication, good experiences, well thought out, thoughtfulness, care. Yeah, I think a good, healthy relationship defines itself based off each person.
Very good answer. Cochise? Be brief.
For me, I have to breathe.
Because you be going
about 12 years here. Stop.
What are the main things that you consider to be important in a healthy relationship? The main situation.
The main things that I've learned for a healthy relationship would be, like Ty said, communication. Because there's times where you just don't want to communicate. The understanding of each other's life, and that it's not the same. Even though y'all are in a relationship, you're both doing whatever it is you do. You can do the same thing, the same exact job, but it's different still. But understanding that. What else? The relativity of, like, you know, what you guys go through in each other's lives and relating it to each other's, like, what we would talk. Yeah, like, growing up, my mom would be like, if you got your ass whooped, I'm gonna whoop your ass because you got your ass. You know, it might not be the same, and you're able to express each other's experiences with each other
It's relatable.
Food. I think food is a big thing too. Like,
Because you greedy as fuck. That's why. That's not
it's something where it's like, what we eating tonight? You know, like, you want to eat that? I don't like that.
I
Like,
cannot
I want to order
stand
out.
you, Coach.
Like, you come to a answer where it's like, we can eat this tonight. You know, you like oxtails?
Oh
'Cause I love
no.
oxtails, but he doesn't know about it. I feel like that's more African American more than a Latin thing. I need
No,
my
it is
I love
not.
my oxtails.
It is not.
Cochise,
For me, it's a Caribbean thing. For
you
me,
got
I'd
one
say.
more. One more.
We talk
What
about
is
a
one
healthy
more thing?
relationship.
One more thing that is important in this
Not what's for
relationship.
dinner.
What last one? Make it good.
Honesty. At a certain point, we needed to just be honest. Are you doing this? Are you gonna go to this? Or, you know, how do you feel? Tell me the truth about it. I would love to know the real about how you feel about this. Pretty
I
much.
agree with that
For
as
me.
well.
At a
Yes.
certain point, for me, it took me out. We should be honest the whole damn time.
The
That's what
whole
we need.
time.
Not at some point. We need
So
to
with
be
the
honest.
food, with the food.
You can-
Oxtail.
Right.
It's what we've been
Be honest
doing
with the
all
food
this
for me,
time.
please. I need to know we eat and do not lie to me because I'm excited for what you said, and then you bring in fucking McDonald's to the door. No.
I used to be mad when it's like, oh, you want is like, oh, what do you want? Tell me what the fuck you want, and then vice versa for me. Like, what do you want? I'm happy with anything. It's like CJ, I said what you want. You know, like,
Oh my gosh.
wow, honestly.
Well, don't mess with Cochise food, all right? Kelsey,
Okay.
what about you?
Know what the hell you want for dinner, okay? You gotta know what the fuck you want.
Okay, I'm sorry. No.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Okay. Kelsey, please. What's your answer?
Okay.
Cochise is crazy, bro. Cochise is crazy.
Please answer, Kelsey. Please. Carisha,
I'm
please.
the oxtail. I'm just mad that oxtails came in the
Oh my god. Here
We're
you
not
go.
talking about it now. We're not
Here
backtracking.
you go.
We not. No.
Relationship, Kelsey, please. A healthy one.
Well, how am I supposed to fix this now?
Clean it up for him. Clean it up.
Okay. So, a healthy relationship. I mean, I agree with what Ty said. Like, it's kind of like a thing where, like, if you start off with that friendship in the first place, it's gonna naturally be that kind of vibe. You're gonna have that understanding, and then just from there is with the communication is the number one thing. The number one thing that answers all these questions is communication, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't communicate, there's so much that's just up for interpretation, up for arguing about when you could just talk to your person. And other than that, I would just say be true and honest with yourself about what you need so that you can communicate that to the other person. Like, you're gonna evolve in the relationship. Everyone evolves. Like, everyone is not gonna stay the same. So while you're evolving, just be with the person that, first of all, accepts this evolution and doesn't want you to stay the same and is able to grow with you. And
that part that wants you to grow, that part.
Oh, it hit home.
what's the damn deal, y'all? Communicate.
Harry,
Okay.
let these
Period.
motherfuckers know real quick. See, you got me hyped. What's good?
No, that was really good. That was really good.
For
Zeke.
me,
Yeah, that was like Give himself notes.
Zeke, everyone.
Oh, stop it. See? Hold on.
Oh.
Take a sip.
For me, oh my God, what was the question?
Healthy
Healthy
relationship.
relationship.
You don't remember the oxtails?
That drink you can inch out. All right, so for me, first and foremost, you need to know the definition of what relationship you are in. That's one thing. Because even though I hate the word, there is a trend going on as far as what type of relationship, if it's a relationship, is it friends with benefits, is it a situationship, is it an entanglement? There are so many different definitions of what a relationship entails. So I feel like the first thing, as far as a relationship, you need to know what you're getting yourself into and what you're committing to. That's first and foremost. When it comes to a monogamous relationship, communication is definitely key. That is definitely number one on my list, and I think that's number one on everybody's list. Understanding and also love. Like, I feel like we expect all of these other things, but we don't appreciate the definition of it, of what love really means. And I feel like when you love a person, your actions kind of speak for himself, if that makes sense. Love is very, very important. And a lot of people don't even know the definition of what love is as well. So that's all, it all kind of deals with self-reflection at the same time. So yeah, communication, understanding, love, and just, I don't know, child, like, I think that's it for me. Because I don't ask for much. I really, really don't. I'm very simple. Just love me, feed me, communicate with me, understand me, and we good to go. And we'll build an empire from there, you know? So yeah, that's my answer as far as a healthy relationship. On my
Yes, Cookie and Lucius. Come on.
Listen, you gotta make this money out here in these streets, all right? Yeah, so
Crazy.
There's so many other questions that we haven't gotten into, but we have literally been on here for literally way longer than expected. But I just want to give my co-hosts tonight, Cochise, Ty, Kelsey, my boy Leo, who had to leave a little bit early. I appreciate y'all so much for coming onto this platform. I will be tagging their Instagram handles so you can follow them. They're amazing gems. They are hard workers, entrepreneurs doing their thing out here in the streets. So I want y'all to tag or follow them and show love. Make sure you follow What the Damn Deal on Instagram, where you're able to get the new episode. Link is going to be in the bio. Once again, thank you to HausHill Productions for just the platform. Again, HausHill Entertainment. I could not be here without you guys. Thank you so much. We literally, in my opinion, turned the fuck up and had a good time. Like, I could have not.
Yes, we did.
So I appreciate y'all so much. Yes, for yes, I love you. All of my views.
Yes. No, we're not. No, we're not. Sorry.
Hi guys, listen, we gonna talk. But yes, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have taken something from this episode. And yes, I will see y'all next time. And yes, What the Damn Deal is up in this motherfucking stuck. It's litty like two motherfucking titties. And I'll see y'all next week.
Later. Yes, titties. Oh. It's crazy. Bye.
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 What did he say?
He said titties.
He said titties?
I'm ending it now.
It's only entertainment.